G'day, thanks for watching. Let's look at the S&P. So price has made two lows, one either side of the 40-day low zone. I expect that the low will be this one on the 5th of February. Price has tried to lift out, couldn't break the all-time high and has dropped away. That's a pretty fair indication that price is no longer going up, that it's starting to drop into the next 20-day low zone and also dropping into the 20-week low zone. So let's bring in some data and update cycles. And Cycle Master has agreed with me that this is the 40-day low. Accurate forecast in that it was at the early side of the low zone. Now everything's shifted. And the reason that these have shifted is because Cycle Master has agreed with the 5th of February being the 40-day low, and that was just earlier than was anticipated, and that's brought the 20-day orb earlier. And over here, with respect to the 20-week, it's not only brought the 20-day orb earlier, it's also brought the 40-day orb earlier. So that's the lime green and the magenta orbs. 20-week low zone looks like a low at the March equinox, give or take a few days. Now I put a 9-week valid trend line on, the upward sloping red trend line, and indicated at the time that that would provide us with the possibility that the 20-week high is in. This forecast wasn't met. We can delete that. Don't think there's any more upside to be had. We could also put a 40-day valid trend line in, and it's broken as well. So the valid trend line side of things, all done and dusted. The high is in for this 20-week cycle. If you'd like early access to these cycle outlook videos soon after trading ends, instead of delayed on YouTube, you can subscribe to the early access list. The link is at the top of the description. So what will happen next? We're going to get a 20-day low, and now that we're on the downside of the cycle, there's a possibility that that may come late. So I'm expecting that price will drift down into this 20-day low zone between the 21st and 28th of February. Then there'll be a bit of a push up until we get into that 13th to 20th of March low zone for the 20-week, and we should get plunge into that time period. Now this is right translated. So if we go from the low back here, 21st of November to the high, because the high occurred after the halftime, which was the 9-week low, 20th of January, then I'm expecting that the ending low for the 20-week will be higher than the starting low. That is not a guarantee, but it's a pretty firm trend for the way that cycles work. If the high occurs after the halftime, then the ending low tends to be, almost always is, above the starting low. Thanks for watching.